What up, dude? As you can see, I have a little spinner action, spinneroonie for us to play with today. Which means that you can call that a 12-inch round. If you were trying to call it an actual size. I do not know how many centimeters that is for my friends overseas. I promise I will learn that one day. Yeah, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little while, and yeah, I've had a lot going on. Just wanted to kind of get back into the swing of things. I've actually kind of had the room here taken apart for a bit, and now we're putting it back together just to see if we can do some paintings. And I'm very grateful for a dear friend and now, patron or customer or whatever the term is. I'm going to learn these terms. And actually, I'm thinking patron. Admire. I've already said friend. And anyway, they made a purchase of a large number of the vinyl records that I have sold here. I actually bought like a collection of them, which was like really cool. So like you go to her home and there's a bunch of these old circles all around the house, and it's like, oh, what are those? And it's like, oh, this is by Derek. He's an artist, It's kind of fun to be able to share it like that, I've had a couple people who've bought, before like 2 or 3. I think the most I sold before was 3, so I sell 7. I have 7 in someone's home. It's like, wow, that's really amazing. But that being said, now I have to go make more. It's like, I have to make some more. So one of the things that I like to do is, kind of get people into the process of what I'm making here. And vinyls were really the first thing that I started with when I started making acrylic pours a few years back. And I still have the first one. I made it into a clock, call it Genesis, and it hangs on my wall in the office area. But you can tell like the difference between then and now as far as the paint qualities, the consistencies, what's going on, the movement and everything, but there's still a story being told. I think I used it was just like red, yellow, blue, it made mud. I may or may not have used a glow in the dark. I don't think I did. I don't think I was using glow in the dark yet. Now it's like standard for all my paintings to use that, but yeah, there was a lot really. I think I was just heating it up with the hair dryer instead of actually having a torch, or maybe I was using the barbecue thing as my torch. So there was a lot really going on with the room and everything, with the painting back then. I was actually just looking at a picture of my painting area from back then. The table was not much bigger than this here. This is a standard size card table, and I just happen to have a tarp over it. What I have here is an Amazon Prime box that I just opened up and made into a little, container area, because this is going to splatter a little bit. That's the Lazy Susan down there. Cake Turner is another word for it. This is an old vinyl record. This is actually the summer, the Mix Factor July 2001 mixes. This Summer Jam and Eric Sermon music on this side here. Eric Sermon music is pretty nicely scratched. On the other side is DJ's, Wedding Mix number 3 or something. No, Wedding Mix number 2 is on the other side. That one's pretty heavily scratched. I would flip it over, but I have a lot of the painter's tape that I've stuck along the bottom part here. That way it helps to kind of keep this down, because I don't want this to go flying everywhere. So painter's tape down there is a little bit of a tip that I'm going to give everyone, just So, something that I've learned as I've gone along the way is to do that. Like I said, the Amazon box is going to keep everything contained. I'm probably going to do about 12 of these before I take all this down, but I did want to record one of them for all of you. My paints. Now, what I'm going to be pulling out here, I'll have these bottles like so of the pre-mixed paints. I'll also have, you're seeing me pull out like a bottle. This is a very much used one of like the Artist Loft paint, that's already mixed up. And it says right there, Floetrol. I mix all of my paints with Floetrol, not all of them. Sometimes I'll go for a pouring medium if I need to, one of the more expensive ones, but I'm a big Floetrol person. As far as the ratio on that, I cannot tell you the exact. With some paints, it's 2-to-1. With some paints, it's 3-to-1. It depends on the consistency of the paint. It is not dependent on the product. It depends on the paint. So if you're using a thicker paint, if you're using a better quality paint, you're going to need a little bit more Floetrol or whatever pouring medium you are using. If you are doing glue and water, you're going to need more glue and water. If you are doing Liquitex pouring medium, if you're doing Golden GAC 800, you're going to need more. Just the consistency. What you're after is the consistency of, say, a warm honey. You want it to be liquefied. So, yeah, if I pull out something, and don't be surprised, because I don't know if I really have any more full of it. I'm kind of using them off, but don't be surprised, hey, I pulled this bottle here of neon, This is where I'm telling you guys what paints I'm using outside of, the normal sort of whatever. Okay, here's a faux dark metallic. One of my things here, if I open up a thing of paint and I take all the paint out and I make here's the bottle I actually made for this one because I use this a lot. Okay, so this is the color shift here. So I made a squeeze bottle of it. Actually, this is metallic bronze, but I did make a squeeze bottle of this. I'm gonna find it. 10 seconds. 5, 3. Here we go. Yeah, here's the color shift black. So I made a squeeze bottle of it so that I would have more of it to have later because I really like this black. Okay. Once this is empty, it's not empty. There's still paint in here, and I'm likely not going to use the entire 2 fluid ounces. I might use 1.5 ounces to make this here. So I might still have 1/2 ounce in here. You know what? Pop some Floetrol in there, pop a marble in there, boom. Now you have paint that you can use. So, that's another little tip there. Money saving tips, this is probably what I'll call this, is money saving tips. I'm gonna grab my water real quick because I can. And yeah, money saving tips is what we're gonna call this here. Just little things that you can do in order to save money on your paintings. We've given you, try different surfaces. You don't have to use a canvas every time. Make your own things, you don't have to buy the kiddie pool. I bought a kiddie pool, actually, and it's a little big, and I kind of like, spin it inside of here. So I can fit this on the table, so it doesn't really rub up. So, yeah, this is kind of like the better setup, per se. Getting the most out of your paint bottles. You got you got a good round on that, trick there as far as, pulling a little bit extra out, the extra paint out. And I will actually mix my white up because I use a lot of white. I might use, which I think I actually have this one mixed also, but I might use the soft body acrylic for my white, for like a based white or whatever. Just something little, I don't need something as strong of a white per se, but it's still, the white. But if I'm, really wanting to, just titanium white, whatever sort of white you're going to be using. have your white and your colors. You have them mixed up, and I'll try to shout a few of them out if I think of them. Have yourself a torch. Torches are important. Put your gas in your torch. Try to get the spark before you go on camera. I'm sure. I like to live on the edge, as they say. Being a well-insulated room, which I'm not. Paper towels, rags. Yeah, I think we're really good to go. We're really good to painting here. Y'all ready? So, what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna make a painting for y'all. Normally. This one's already fixed up, okay. And I'm just putting some white on the canvas, just to. Just kind of soaked canvas and something. So, what's going on in the world? I feel like there's a lot happening. I saw this meme while I was totally disassociating from life the other day. That was something like the world's burning and an artist, or it was the Will Ferrell character. It was like an artist. Y'all want to buy some art? Y'all know where our party's left. I have to remember when I'm done to turn that on, because it's a lot easier to remember when you're done to turn it off than it is to pick your new home. So, speaking of that black, I'm thinking I'm going to run like a black little blind, maybe some areas here. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do we go? Not that black. That black. But I want to do that first. All right. Because see, like, there's not really a lot that I can do with this, you know, except for what I'm doing and what I didn't really need a spec on that. Like I have an idea. This is not. This is not that. I realize I didn't shout out any of those colors, but you didn't want to ask me for them, so let's see what's it. And like I said, yeah, I don't know how many of these I'm really going to be able to do. Let me just do the case of it. Okay, maybe right there. I'm like hoping for some more glitter. Yeah, I'll have to mix up some glitter. The glitter color mixed it with yes, it's me. Okay, yeah, boo, Derek, boo. Well, at least I know I need to mix up some glitter paint. And I have glitter paint to be mixed up. Oh no, what the hell did I just do? What did I just do to myself versus this? I call myself getting all this settled before. Like, oh yeah, I can just reach right over. Nope. There's no problem. Ready? And there's no real like, oh, you must, blow this many times or whatever. It's all pretty simple there. I don't really need to expand it. I'm just going to come over with the torch. Very right there. I like to hold my torch off to the side. Because I'm gangster like that, yo. And all I did right there is I just used a straw instead of the big, just trying to pop it there, popping it. Burn spot, and yeah, I'm gonna call that a finished record right there. In record time. Okay, yeah, I did pause for a second, but yeah, this actually looks pretty good. It's nice to know that I'm out of the. It'll come to me here shortly. Out of the glitter paint, so I know what I need to mix up. When I go back downstairs, I probably will make myself a big container of it. So, yeah, they love using wood. All of my other music, even my reserve bottles, you know, it tells me that I love using wood. I'll be downstairs doing that here very, very soon. You say? Very, very soon. I don't know why I'm using this one. I don't have the other ones. They're all in various stages, places. I'm just going for two there. Yeah. Switch back just to here. Cool. I think it's this one here. Let's show. And then pink. Hell yeah, dude. This is actually quite cool. I don't know if I was recording that entire time or not. I'll hit record again. I think I'm still recording over here. It's a big. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool.